I want to take this opportunity to extend a big thank you to all the friends and family who have supported you throughout the program. You've played a really big part in the success of our graduates. Here you are, graduation day, no tears yet. All the sweat, tears, and hard work, they've paid off. Relish this time of excitement, joy, and relief. It's your time, it's your moment, and each one of you has earned it. You deserve to be here. It's been a pleasure taking part in your education at WCCMT. You've left an impression on all of us. It won't easily be forgotten. You presented as a cohesive group of individuals who are supporting and challenging each other throughout. I'm confident we've witnessed some very strong friendships forged over the course of this program. You've come a very long way in a very short time. Your depth of knowledge and comprehension of the human body is outstanding. You've developed that second-hand nature to put a patient at ease and to create a healing environment. Your critical thinking skills have flourished to allow you the ability to deduct with confidence the most effective assessment techniques and treatment protocols for each one of your patients. Above all, strength of character has grown in each one of you. As you know, the program is anything but easy. Not only have you finished, but you've completed it while still juggling a life. Each one of you had something, another role that took time and energy. There were kids, there were families, there were friends who needed dinner, relationships that started, relationships that ended perhaps, but we always stood by you. Some of you had jobs to juggle, roommates, and living situations to handle. Whatever it may have been, each one of you had the determination, the drive, and the energy to stay the course and to succeed. And that's something that you should never ever forget. I'm really proud of you, and you should all be very proud of yourselves. It's been a pleasure to watch you grow throughout the program and to witness what you've all accomplished. Be confident in what you know and respect how much you still have to learn. Every day, this profession is going to bring new challenges and opportunities to help develop those skills. Do not allow yourselves to become stagnant. When I ask students why they want to become massage therapists, the most common answer is, I want to help people. Keep that foremost in your mind throughout the bustle of finding employment and repaying your student loans. Our primary objective as massage therapists is to help people, and it's a fantastic bonus to be paid for doing something that we love. Keep that in your thoughts, and you'll be happy and successful in this profession. Please stay in touch. Even though you're leaving the college, we're still there to support you and to answer your questions about difficult treatments, about employment prospects, or even just to have a chat and coffee and catch up. The best reward we have as educators is to hear of our graduates' successes. Our door, as you know, is always open to you. Congratulations.
Thanks, Joanne. Oh my God, this is such a surprise. I want to thank my mother and okay, so I've had a pretty crazy day. I got 2 parking tickets this morning back to back. I lost my speech, so I have very quickly jotted down a few notes of what I thought I was going to say today. So, but as you all know, I am tangent girl, so I will try and say something intelligent. For those of you who don't know me, which is most of you, I'm a naturopathic doctor, and I've been teaching these guys several courses over the course of the last couple of terms, 2 or 3 terms. And it's been a great experience. My goodness, you all look so good. How are you all doing? you look great. I mean, a little odd that you all chose to wear the same type of outfit today, but you know, whatever. There's that phone call asking, what are you wearing? It's this long black flowy thing with that? Oh, that's so good. We should get everybody doing the same thing. But I know underneath there, my X-ray vision, you probably all have some scuba outfits on. All right, I have to wear these goggles even though I've printed some notes in font 16 size. I still can't see it. Welcome to your 50s. So at the risk of redundancy, I just wanted to extend another really warm welcome to all of you for showing up. I think it's so important to show up for each other in whatever way that happens to be, especially on a celebratory day where we have these accomplishments and you come and you show your support. You've been a big part of this, but on a day like this, it's like a wedding or a dance recital or something. You get to celebrate a few individuals for their accomplishments, and it has been quite the accomplishment. So again, to echo Joanne's words, to thank you for all of the support that you've given these students. It's not easy being an adult and going back to school and to juggle lives that already are in midstream to be able to do this. And there's quite the mix of age and background and different places these people are coming from. So I know some people have kids, jobs, etc. So really, thank you so much for helping them when they were stressed and you didn't really understand why. I mean, for God's sakes, it's just a test. Right? Taking over household chores, whatever that happens to be, it's a huge difference. I still remember being a student. For those of you who've gone to post-secondary education, it's a whole new universe, and it's extremely tiring and very stressful and very exciting at the same time, and you can't do it alone. It's very hard to do this by yourself. So you guys should make sure you give them a big round of applause. So we are celebrating something that you've done. We're ending the stage, and well, dear God, we're just starting a new stage, but we're not going to talk about that right now. This has been an intense course, and they've worked their butts off. 5 consecutive terms with no breaks, which in the post-secondary world is difficult. Most of us get time off in between to recalibrate. The schedule has been quite packed, and they have crammed a huge amount of information into their craniums. I'll bet you that most of you out there, before your friends and loved ones here went to school to do this RMT thing, had no idea what a massage therapist is trained to do. The breadth of knowledge that they need to have. They're not just really good at back rubs. They are really good at back rubs. And I'm sure they have practiced on many of you, which is great, lucky for you guys. And they won't be free forever, so take advantage now before they're licensed to get those free massages in there. But they're also getting a huge holistic education. They're learning human anatomy and physiology. They're learning all of the general pathologies that befall the human being. They have to try and differentially diagnose things and assess what's going on with you. They're learning neurology, the immune system, cardiovascular system, the immune system, dementia, menopause-related memory lapses. Those of you in the room, you women, word searches become much more difficult at this time. That thing that goes on that thing that does that other thing. Okay, you all know what I'm talking about. Okay, back to the students. So I think it's important to recognize that the training that goes into being an RMT is pretty vast. And the instructors that these guys get are all real-time healthcare practitioners who are out there with their practices in various disciplines: osteopaths, chiropractors, physiotherapists, naturopaths, counselors. The breadth of knowledge between all of these practitioners, and we're delivering it to these students, is amazing. So go to see an RMT for your muscle pain and your torn muscles and the rest of it, but also make sure that you keep in mind when you go to see an RMT that you can go for all kinds of other reasons. It's allergy season. Your allergies are ramping up. You might have your asthma ramping up as well. Your eczema starting to come out. You're cranky. You're not sleeping. These guys can help you. They have that kind of knowledge and expertise. All right, this is me without notes. I want to say to the students, first and foremost, a thank you for making my job easy. It's been a real pleasure to teach you guys. You're such a diverse group and really interesting personalities amongst you. You have asked me amazing questions. You are so curious, and my first piece of advice to you is to stay curious your whole careers, your whole lives. If I may be so bold as to suggest in your entire lives, not just in your work life, that you stay curious. And I love that. It's a thrill for me in the classroom to be able to teach the curious. I learn from you while you're hopefully learning from me as well. And I wish I'd gotten to know some of you better, your stories better, but we are going to be colleagues very soon. So make sure you do stay in touch. Thank you for opening your minds, giving me your attention, putting your trust in the nut job at the front of the room, and asking all of those intelligent questions. So as I was pondering what to say today, I landed on a few themes. One of them was the curiosity aspect. They've done some studies on all of the ways that we handle situations in our lives. Tough situations, difficult things that come up, traumas, small and large. And they're able to show that if you go into those with a mindset of curiosity, you can lower your blood pressure, lower your heart rates, you can even lower your cholesterol, for those of you who are interested in that. That you have more resilience to stress as time goes on, that you recover from stressful events better when you just go into something with curiosity. That's a whole area that is fascinating to me. And being a student is the prime way of honing that curiosity. What we forget as we go out into the world after our educations is to stay curious, to keep learning, to keep educating ourselves on all kinds of levels. And we get caught up in paying the bills and starting our practice and figuring out how to get a GST number and all of those little minutiae that goes into starting the practice. Don't freak out because it will all fall into place. But you forget to always be doing this. So that's one of the themes. The other thing that came up for me is that question, I don't know about your generation, but in my generation, we were always asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? And that is always just a really painful question, especially if there's so much pressure on you to figure it out when you're 6. I wanted to be an astronaut when I was 5 years old. And my Scottish grandmother turned to my mother and said, oh, I don't think she knows that she's a girl. Great. So that didn't pan out. But as you grow up, you realize that it isn't a question anymore of what do you want to be. It's a question of who do you want to be and what do you want to do. And I don't want you to forget that who you are is the prime question. Who do you want to be? And what you're doing is just sometimes, not always, a little bit incidental to who you want to be. However, that being said, choosing a post-secondary path of a career that is off the beaten track, they've had time to think about this out of high school, that speaks to me of intent and direction of something that do I do this all the time? I'm not going to stand all the time, it's crazy. It speaks to me of an intention to really follow this journey that made you choose to be a massage therapist. And you might go on to doing something else out of this career. But that is a lucky choice to be able to align what you do with who you are. We don't always get that choice. And so consider that to be a real privilege of the path that you've chosen as a registered massage therapist. I want you to keep in mind as a healthcare practitioner the role that you play in someone's health. It's a pretty big responsibility, and not to add pressure. It's a big responsibility, but here are a few pointers that I think are necessary to do the job of a healthcare practitioner well. Do your best every single day, right? This is like that kindergarten thing that came out a few years ago, thing I learned in early kindergarten. Do your best every day and strive to keep getting better. Never forget your integrity, your compassion, and your kindness. Treat everyone the same who walks through your door. That's not always easy. That's the honest thing I can say about being in healthcare. That's not always easy. But they come to you with their full trust. Everybody comes to you with their full trust that you're going to look after them. So treat everybody exactly the same. Oh, and stay curious. So I want to extend my wishes to you guys for a few things. To work with an open mind, an open heart, intelligence, integrity, compassion, and kindness. To exceed your own limitations, knowing that most often you're the one who put them there, so you can always exceed those. To give of yourselves in service to others, never losing sight of the privilege it is in being a healthcare professional. Use your knowledge and your skills, as well as your intentions and your insights, to keep on growing. And most of all, enjoy what you do. It should be satisfying on many levels. Don't forget. Enjoy what you do. There are really valid reasons to be in this work, aside from just wanting to help people. And that's going to come across. Don't forget to enjoy what you do, and enjoy your lives to insert everything else into this work that you do. Okay. I wish I had my original speech. It was really weird. I was really funny, and you're going to miss it, so maybe next year. I want to just add at the end, one of my favorite authors is a cheeky old bugger who recently died, Kurt Vonnegut. And he nailed it. He nailed the truth so many times in a very sardonic and somewhat cynical fashion. But near the end of his life, he delivered a convocation speech. And he was telling a story about talking with his son, and his son asked him what life's all about, and Kurt Vonnegut says, well, we're really just here to get through this thing, whatever the hell that is. And then his son, Kurt Vonnegut's always talking about end of the world and that kind of stuff, and his son says, how shall we survive this apocalypse? And Kurt Vonnegut says, well, we should be unusually kind to one another, certainly, and maybe a little less serious, but at the end of the day, if you don't already have one, you should get a dog. Wiser words were never spoken. So, thank you to a few of you are missing. Katie and Michael. All right. Are we videotaped?
Yeah.
Hello, Katie and Michael. Wherever you may be, congratulations to you as well. And congratulations to all of you. It's been a real pleasure, and I hope that you do stay in touch. And have fun today. Thank you.
Jordan, the class valedictorian.
I'm curious.
Very curious.
Takes away the stress. Anyway, thank you all for being here. It's really hard to put an experience like this in words, and I'm not very good with words. In the first place, so I hope my speech doesn't rub any of you the wrong way. Yeah, what a very rich experience we've had here together. And yes. Okay, so I was standing in my garden the other day, and I was playing with some seeds, planting them, and I just kind of thought, that's what we were as students 2 years ago, but just kind of these basic seeds getting thrown into the dark soil, not choosing who we're beside, but willing to kind of take on the adventure. So then I just started to kind of ask myself, what does a garden need? What is it required? What does a seed require to grow into something magnificent? So first off, it needs nourishment and support, and this comes in forms of our family and friends who have been there for us, our teachers, staff whose just their knowledge has been outstanding and amazing, far beyond anything I would have ever kind of believed we would get at a school like this. So thank everyone here so much for that. And it also comes from a foundation, the soil, the earth, and that's the West Coast College. We don't really think of them as being such a huge part of this, but they organize the schools, they regulate us, and they've done a really good job of creating an awesome education for us. So, and then most importantly, what a garden needs is it needs will and desire. And this comes from each one of us, from each individual, each student, each seed who decided to embrace the challenge and persevere in regards of all the hard times. There's also a little transplanting that needs to go on in the garden. Not everything's in the right place. So Vanessa, Karen, and Hillary, it's been a real pleasure having you guys join our class. And Joe and Aaron, you guys have moved to the garden beside us. But don't worry, your garden will blossom very soon as well. So now we have this beautiful garden based out, and we can begin to transform. We sprout our roots into the earth, and we reach with our leaves up towards the sun. So it's not always easy growing as these little vulnerable plants. Think of something just poking through, quite dangerous. But through each storm and each challenge, our roots have grown deeper, and we become more encouraged to explore the space above us. Sometimes as gardens we grow together, we intertwine, we support each other, we lean on each other, and other times we poke and we push and we try to get each other out of the way. However, we always allow the sun to shine on each other in the end, you guys. It's been very supportive through the whole experience. So now here we are, this beautiful, luscious garden, with roots growing deep through the soil, even deeper than just our garden, but as they said, into the healthcare profession. People like Jane, we can call our colleagues, and everyone else in here who supported us. Our roots go so deep now, and there's so much support to carry us through into the next stages of our journey. And each of us is now blooming in this day with our unique beauty among the world. So each of us is so unique, and we've all provided so much for each other, I know that. Probably more than we even acknowledge. And just as this profession, what an amazing thing. And there's just so much gratitude that people come in and they surrender into us, and what a privilege that we have to support people in the world and just kind of everything with our hearts and our hands and our intention, which is so stuff. So good work, everyone. Congratulations.
To invite Mr. Fraser Clark, the President and CEO of Massage Addict.
It's kind of awkward being one of the two absolute complete strangers in the room. So I hope I don't encroach on your special day, and I'm truly going to try not to do that. I'm extremely grateful to be here and truly appreciate the invitation from WCCMT to come and chat with you guys a little bit today. The room has an amazing vibe, an enormous amount of excitement, pride, friendship, sense of relief, which is very much earned, and a little bit of nervousness about what the future holds. I can tell you it holds a lot, more than you can probably imagine right now. Before I talk about what the future holds, let's talk a little bit about what you accomplished in order to be here today. You completed the massage therapy program at WCCMT. 2 long, hard years studying physiology, neurology, histology, kinesiology, pathology, and of course, massage therapy terminology. As a business person, even saying those words that you guys just heard is hard enough, let alone studying and mastering it like you guys have. You've learned treatments, achieved all of your in-clinic hours and outreaches, and successfully completed your school exams. I'm sure it was a tough but extremely rewarding 2 years. You should be extremely proud of what you've accomplished, and you should know it was all worth it. Becoming a massage therapist will allow you to actively improve the health and wellness of Canadians. You've chosen a profession that makes a difference. Each of you will make a difference. And just to touch upon that point, I flew in last night from Ontario and had breakfast with a good friend of mine from Newfoundland, where I'm originally from this morning. And she was diagnosed with cancer 18 months ago and is now delighted to be cancer-free Kelly. She does still get treatments as part of her recovery, and part of her treatments is lymph node drainage by an RMT. So in terms of breadth of coverage and impact you have on people day in, day out, just this morning in a breakfast was somebody who cherishes her time with her RMT and views it as a key component of her recovery. So you guys do make a difference every single day. There are unlimited opportunities ahead. Upon finishing your board exams, you may choose to work in a multidisciplinary or multi-practitioner clinic, or work with a sports team, or work on your own and be your own boss. Whatever you decide, the future is bright. You have picked a profession that you can be proud of, and no matter where you end or which path you choose, know that you will make a difference. I'd now like to introduce Sharon, who is our Massage Addict franchise partner in Surrey.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having us here today. We are really grateful and honored that we were able to attend your graduation. It has been a long time coming and well deserved, and it's so nice to see so many fresh, young, beaming faces out there. It's very inspiring. I'm here today to present an Excellence in Massage Therapy Award. Before I get into that, before I do that, I'm going to give away that basket full of goodies. Let's do that first before we forget. It isn't just being able to perform a really great assessment, and it's not just being able to treat somebody and help them get well. It's almost like the registered massage therapy world becomes bigger, and you become part of it, and you become bigger than all of it, and it's inspiring, and you do things because you want to, not because you have to. And what I noticed when I was talking to the applicants is the amount of community work that was done, not just because it had to be done, because the person wanted to do it. That was the thing that stood out to me the most. So again, not about just the assessment and the treatments, but doing something that's bigger than yourself, that affects the world beyond your school walls. And people who have a vision for the future are sitting here in front of us today. They're you guys who have thought about what you want to do, thought about how you want to affect the world, thought about how you can make the world a better place with your profession. The person who is the recipient of this award is very well deserving, but I wish I had one for everybody because you're all well deserving of it. However, this person in particular has done things that were beyond the four walls of school, beyond the outreach hours, and was very inspiring and touched us in a very significant way because of the work that she did. And she has a great vision for the future, integrating health and wellness into the world of massage therapy. And I'm sure that she will achieve that. So in saying that, I'm just going to grab the check because it's quite large. It might not fit in a bank machine. And the winner of the award is Julia. Yay!
Congratulations, Julia. Next, I'd like to go through the Lindsay Atkinson Duncan Memorial Award. Try not to lose my voice. To give you a little background on Lindsay Atkinson, she excelled in many things in life, and sports was one of them. Running was her passion. Fueled by a desire to combine healthy living and her ability to help others, she became a massage therapist. Lindsay graduated from WCCMT, and she started practicing massage therapy in Victoria in 1999. She was an exceptional massage therapist, but also a very exceptional individual. Lindsay was part of the WCCMT team from 2002 until 2009 in the capacity of clinic supervisor. She asked the hard questions. She pushed students to build their critical thinking skills, and she was more than happy to show them tricks of the trade in the treatment rooms. In 2006, she took a brief absence to give birth to her daughter, Abby, but we were happy to have her back at the college in 2008. 1 year later, Lindsay was diagnosed with lymphoma. We rallied with a fundraiser to help support her and her family, but unfortunately, it saddened us all when she lost her courageous battle with cancer on August the 20th, 2010. Lindsay lived true to her beliefs, and she filled every moment and interaction with strength of character and energy that was second to none. She had a way of making people feel special, important, and valued because she truly cared. She was dedicated to her family, to her friends, and to her patients. To ensure we always remember her energy, spirit, and passion, WCCMT established the Lindsay Atkinson Duncan Award. This award is given out only when an individual exhibits that same kindness, perseverance, and human spirit that we saw and felt in Lindsay. There is one individual in your class that has demonstrated that same spirit. Lindy, Fran, and I have all witnessed the care and attention that this individual put to her studies, but also towards her classmates, friends, and family. We've seen her overcome challenges and all the while maintaining an amazing outlook and commitment to the program, to her classmates, and especially to herself. We have all at one time or another been touched by the kindness in which she interacts with everybody around her. She displayed a great strength, character, and passion that was palpable, and we are confident that she will go on to be an exceptional massage therapist. This year's recipient of the Lindsay Atkinson Duncan Award for exhibiting outstanding qualities of kindness, perseverance, and human spirit is Karen Norman. We'll now move on to what you've been waiting for, your diplomas. If some of the instructors would like to come up for a little handshake, would be great.
I'd like to invite Mijen. Hillary Beckett.
That's me.
Oh, sorry.
Karen? Maria?
Yeah, Mom.
Andrea? Julia?
Yeah, Julia, we love you.
Amanda? Bradley?